Oof. A little close, but always fun. Do love that stage. All right, so welcome back, everyone. That was Jammin' Jams, and that is a stage with lots of fun slapping to be had. So welcome back. This is the Jammin' Jams tutorial. I just did the example playthrough right there, and I'm gonna go ahead and explain what exactly it is that's so special about this stage. This stage is normally you could start this stage with any Kong. And if you manage to do this, if you manage to do Panicky Paddles with Dixie and exit with her, this was also a stage where you would have all three Kongs present. You would start with Dixie, switch to Diddy, and then finish with Cranky. This stage has gone under a couple of reroutes, but I have personally made the jump to finishing with Diddy, so it's no longer a trifecta stage, unfortunately. But it is more preferable to finish the stage with Cranky Kong. Some of the other runners, they go back and forth on which strat they use, but Cranky Kong is definitely the one you want to use. He'll save the most time in the long run, because you do need to switch to Cranky and Frosty Fruits if you don't have him for some reason, and it does take more time to pick him up in that stage. So, in this stage, it's got a lot of a lot of the animations in the background sync up to the music. There's actually these crushing paddles that come out, these stomping presses. They're actually on a 4-second cycle. So I'm going to be doing some stuff to make sure that they all line up properly. Now at the beginning I do a roll jump over this pit. You land, and this is what I'm going to be doing throughout the stage to help me keep in tune with the beat here. I'm going to be slapping and activating many things in the background, and hopefully I won't have to I won't have to stutter too much, be able to show it off in the guide. So land, slap, roll, jump, switch to Diddy. You would normally switch to Diddy there. It's actually, you don't have to switch to Diddy. If you bounce high enough you can switch to Diddy, but you don't need to. You can actually play the whole stage through with Dixie Kong until you get to Cranky. I just like to switch to Diddy because, once again, this used to be a trifecta stage for the sheer reason that you would start with Dixie and then I switch to Diddy just for fun. But you don't need him. He doesn't do anything. So, blast through this barrel section. You actually have to wait slightly on this one right here. And then slap again, roll. And all the slaps are doing is they're literally just lining up the stage for you. Normally, if you go through without slapping at all and you get through this section, those platforms would not be out yet. So you would have to wait. So what do? I like to slap just to kill some time. And as you roll across these, you're going to do a light jump onto this, roll through this dude. Archie is about to shoot a fish. I like to bounce off of the fish, and normally you would have Dixie or Diddy. You do a reactive bounce off of the fish, and you'll be able to bounce off of the toucan. So there we go. And then you would just roll, jump, and bounce off of the dick poker right here. And this is where you do your next slap, right here. Another slap right here. And then Cranky will be on cycle. Now, when you break Cranky, you want to make sure that you're doing a pogo out of this pit, but you want to make sure you're jumping past the platform that I'm jumping over right now. It's about to come out. Pogo into the pit, roll out, bounce, 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 slap, go. Oh, darn. So I got caught up slapping too many times. Slap once and then go. And what that does is that button that's coming up and down, it won't be in place if you just go. But if you slap and then go, you'll just barely hit it in time. Now I didn't really follow my setup too well this time. I'm hoping that I reset it in time. And it looks like it worked out for me. You could just jump over this penguin right here. You'll fall down the shaft, no problem. And then in this section, slights of roll jumping here. This section right here, this one I am going to explain. Just make sure that you're jumping from one platform to the next. They'll all come out in time. That's the beauty of the slaps setting up. When you land on this last platform right here, you're actually going to do a roll jump right here. It just barely works. Don't flutter if you have Dixie or Diddy and you chose not to grab Cranky. And The reason why slap strats work is because you're not wasting any time. You have to wait for everything. You can't keep damage boosting through the whole stage because you're just not going to have Cranky by the end of it, and you need him. You need him for the next stage as well as the end of this stage. So on this last section here, you just walk forward, grab this plug. It wastes the last bit of time that you need to throw away as the stamping press comes out. And then when it comes down, you can just roll straight through. 1, 2, 3, bounce. Now, on this last section right here, because of the time that we've barely been wasting throughout the stage, you really are not going to lose any time in the long run doing this. You can try as you might, but you're not going to be able to do it faster. This just syncs up all the cycles for you. When you get into the background, roll jump, pull your cane out, and boom. Slap strats, super fun. Love them to death. I do them in every run. Now, the cycles are slightly different when you're doing time attack for this stage. They are slightly different slap strats. I haven't done them in quite a while, so if I go and do that, I will make a fool of myself. So I'm just going to go back and do this stage one more time, and just for the sake of making the trifecta a reality, for old time's sake, I'm going to bring Dixie Kong into the team. There we go. Okay. So, we just beat Panicky Paddles with Dixie. And now we will see what used to be the second trifecta of the game. It actually used to be the first one, because 4A did not used to be a trifecta before this one. Slap. Diddy! We thought we were done with you. Bounce, bounce. Those bounces can be tricky, so do make sure you practice them. Slap. You have to wait for these presses, so you might as well do something fun. Wait. Bounce. 1, 2, 3. There you go. See, that time it worked out. Because I didn't, like a bad, just start to keep slapping. Too much slapping. It is possible to do one more slap right there. It does make this jump slightly tighter, that's all. And I did do it the first time around. It's okay if you want to pull back. You literally have to wait to catch this cycle anyway, so don't get yourself killed. I like to hold walk here, pull the plug, and then start rolling. 1, 2, 3, slap. Slap, 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 slap. Do love this stage, and like slap strats made this stage so much more fun to show off in runs. So I hope that this guide helped you. Nice and quick and easy. This stage can be very difficult if you try and go about the stage blind, so do make sure you practice the stage. You don't need to slap throughout the stage. Remember that if you mess up for any reason because of all these cycles that you're waiting for, try to use the extra slaps as a buffer for any mistakes that you make. Know what the stage looks like, so it's like, oh darn, I didn't make that jump properly. Well, normally when I get the slap strats down right, these presses are in this position. Do your best to make it so you can recover from any silly mistakes. Try not to do anything like going blind into the shaft. That'll probably get you to lose Cranky, and those are sad days. Anyway, I hope that this guide helped, and next time we'll be doing Frosty Fruits, where we finally get to see icy stages, and we get our first glimpse at the boosting with ice mechanics. See you then.